Krishnarao, School Assistant Social, Grain Market High School, Warangal. This social studies lesson is prepared for 9th class students. 13th lesson, industrialization and social change. In earlier classes, we discussed what is industrial revolution briefly. It is a very big revolution brought in industrial process using machines instead of human beings for rapid increase of production is called as industrial revolution. Industrial revolution may be started in England, spreaded throughout the world, but wherever it was spreaded, all the sectors like transport, next agriculture, all other sectors were also developed. People changed their lives. It influenced positively mostly and negatively rarely. It has its own problems also, but anyhow it is a good sign for the development of the world. Industrialization, first term used in France by Michelet and in Germany by Engels in their own national languages. But in England, in English, first time Toynbee used the word industrial revolution. It was so popularized throughout the world because whatever terms and conditions necessary for industrialization were present in England very properly. That helped England to start industrial revolution. Industrial revolution is the period after 1870 in the world in general, but in England it is very early from 1760 to 1820. Why it is very early in Britain? So many factors helped for this. Let us see why Britain only first. The factors to start industrial revolution in Britain are so many. Let us see some of them or most of them. Number one, political stability and unified market. What is the political system prevailed in England during 1760? It's the first parliamentary ideal government. Even now, all the countries of the world following the democracy, one of the types of democracy, parliamentary is prevailed in England, helped the people to think independently, try for new inventions, try for their development. That is only due to stability and security prevailed in the country due to parliamentary system. And at the same time, the money started used as a medium of exchange. First time in England, instead of exchanging goods, they started using money. So they are trying to get optimum utilization of money and time. This is the first factor fetched a lot for early starting of industrialization in England. And second one is agricultural revolution. As we know, revolution means structural change. In agriculture, total structure of the agriculture, using machinery was started. Mechanization of agriculture from 1600 to 1800 in England helped to increase rapidly the agricultural production. Agriculture production increased very rapidly, but it results in increasing unemployment in agriculture areas where they are doing agriculture. The people, due to lack of skills to use machinery, they became unemployed. But even though that problem is there, agriculture revolution also helped to develop the industrialization very early in England. Third one is towns, trade and finance. As we know, increasing towns and number of people increasing in the towns is a good sign, and it is called as urbanization. Urbanization is a sign of modernization that results in the change in the lives of the people, either in professions or in earning incomes or acquiring skills. That all results in the very much development of the people of the country wherever these towns are prevailed. The number of towns developed in England in general at that time 1760 are 11. The 11 cities In 1750, whatever population they acquired, that was more than doubled within 50 years by 1800. It is also a good sign for the industrialization. In addition to towns increasing, number of people in towns increasing, the trade and finance also favorable in England. For trade and finance, they need a lot of investment. That investment is increasing and available only with the banks and financing institutions. The Bank of England, which is famous even now in the world, established and flourished already by 1760, mainly in London, spread throughout England. First it is only 100 branches. By 50 years, within 50 years it was increased to 600 in total England. More than 100 in only London helped to increase the total finance system also, which is important as a capital for industrialization. And next and last main factor for industrialization to start in England is colonies. You know, colonies. One country occupying other country for any of the benefits is known as colony. Good example is India occupied by Britain. In initial stages, England and such industrialized countries does not have intention to rule the countries, but to reduce the competition between them, they want to occupy the places for doing their trade, and their imperialistic tendencies to continue very freely. They occupied them. Such colonies are many are there for England, because it is the only first industrialized country in the world. It has a lot of fresh places are there to occupy and declare as a colonies, mainly in North America, India, and even later in other Asian countries, African countries, and even Latin American countries. So many have become the colonies to England. Generally, colonies will help to increase their chance to get all the things for industrialization. That is also main reason for early industrialization in Britain. These are specific reasons, and other general reasons we can say that availability of coal iron plentifully in the England, and coastline is so natural and so favorable. The navigable rivers, internal waterways, and many other minerals availability and political stability, these all results in the early starting of industrialization in England. Generally, any country for its industrialization, it needs certain requirements in general. These all are favorable in England by one point we can say, but let us see general factors for industrialization for any country. Number one, huge capital is needed. Anyhow, Bank of England and other colonies, through exploiting them, they have good capital, so it is a favorable factor for England. Wherever this factor is favorable, there the industrialization started. Secondly, the expansion of the laborer availability, skilled and unskilled laborers availability also important, not only in England but also in colonies. England has lot of chance to get the laborers, skilled and unskilled. Thirdly, wide market. For England type of industrialized and imperialist countries, not only their own country, the fresh colonies which are not industrialized are helped a lot to sell their goods. There is no problem for England or such industrialized countries. Next is availability of raw materials. Raw materials are necessary for any industrialization. England type of industrialized nations have lot of raw materials. Through their colonies, they are extracted cheaply or freely or at lower cost, also fetched for industrialization. Finally, technological development. Technological development only helped industrialization to start in England, so no problem to England. Wherever technology developed in different countries, their industrialization also developed and expanded. These all are the general factors to develop industrialization, specifically in England. And technological development, in that how different sectors influenced by this. First, iron and coal. Iron and coal are plentifully available in England and many other countries of the world. But if we take up England situation, the good quality of iron, good quality of coal is plentifully available, very near to waterways, very near to transport facilities. Cheaply they are extracting and carrying them from that available areas to their own manufacturing centers. Mainly, the problem is smelting. What is called smelting, children? The changing into iron ore changing into iron through a process called smelting. Mainly initial stages they used charcoal for this, but charcoal usage has many problems. One is carrying of charcoal from different places is very difficult, very costly. Second is charcoal creating impure iron, it is not advisable. Third one is we have to cut the trees and forests for manufacturing charcoal, made environment to get suffered and pollution may prevail. These all problems are existing, so many scientists, many philosophers tried to find solutions for it. As a result of this, the Derby family, the grandfather, father and son, three generations tried and succeeded in their level best to go for a inventing machines for a smelting process. They have succeeded even. First Abraham Darby, first generation person, invented blast furnace to purify or to smelt the iron, and he has succeeded in some extent to produce purified iron. Then second Darby made that wrought iron into pig iron, and finally the grandson Henry Cott invented peddling furnace by collaborating with the mill, rolling mill, to change purified iron into bars, which we will use in practice in industries and in domestic purpose. So this is a success of the Darby family in making easy the smelting process. As a result of this, 1800 to 1830, within 30 years, the iron and steel production has increased to 4 times in England. This is a good example to know how the industries were succeeded in development of production with inventions and technology. And next is cotton textiles and weaving. Cotton textile is the topmost industry in England. Even now, England is dominating world with the help of cotton textile products only. The cotton availability, production, favorable conditions are there, and people are aware of that, how to produce the cotton, weaving, threading. The workers are well skilled and they are enjoying a lot in producing cotton textile industries. And cotton textile industry of Britain has two main features. What are the two main features? First, they are extracting total raw materials of the cotton, raw cotton from different countries cheaply or freely from their colonies, and exporting cloth or finished products of the cotton textile very profitably to other countries. This is the main feature, became profitable for the, very profitable for the England to become a topper in the world in industrial process. Mainly their technique is to use women and children in that industry for cheaper and lower wages. And next is steam power. The steam power also added to run the machines. Mainly the James Watt invented the steam mission, that helped steam engine that helped to run the machines in different industries. But later it was collaborated with Bolton's machine and used in Soho foundry in Birmingham, helped to run number of machines in different industries to develop and to run fastly. This brought lot of revolution in the field of industry. Next is transportation. Not only getting raw materials from different places to carry out the finished goods to marketplaces, the transportation is very important. The transportation is depending on roadways, waterways and railways. Roadways, macadam constructed macadamized roads, and next Worsley Canal constructed in 1761, constructed by Brindley, also helped to expand the canal irrigation. And next railways in 1814, first locomotive invented by Stephenson. 1830, Manchester to Liverpool is the well-developed railway line that helped to develop railways throughout the world, inspired the world. And next, technological development and that workers. Technological development, competition developed among the people leads to technological development. At the same time, to loss employment, unemployment is increased due to technological development. Workers are so miserable to live. They are living in a very contagious situations, cholera, tuberculosis, they are falling, and their life expectancy has decreased. And change in lives, rich has become rich, poor has become very poor, rich doubled, trebled their wealth. Wealth is in different forms, goods, incomes, and proficiency and skills, and poor has become very poor. And women and children, due to industrialization, how their lives, they were paid meager wages, they were working under punishment, discipline conditions, very less leisure hours, many chances to fall ill. This all leads to make the women and children to feel very bad and dissatisfaction due to industrialization. Finally, industrialization in Germany and France. Germany is a competitor to both France and England. It is in the middle, and even though Germany industrialization need to start after 1870, but in 1830 onwards they merged both unification as well as industrialization parallelly collaborated, and 1830 onwards they tried. In 1850 they produced their industrialization double than France, half to the England, but in 1850 the availability of Ruhr coal fields of Germany and iron availability in Bohemia helped to develop very big iron and steel industry at Essen. Krupp of Essen developed very big iron industry, and iron and steel industry, it is a topper that period to even now, competing with England in all industries, and it is becoming very competitor to England. The main problem with Germany is they are concentrating more on armament industry by keeping revengeness against England and France. That has become a problem for England and France. Anyhow, Germany also became competitor in all industries, mainly in iron and steel industry and armament industry with England, and challenging France also. France started industrialization slowly in 1830. Comparatively with these two countries, England and Germany, it is very slow. Only rural industries, cotton textile industries are developed. In this situation, they are very slow. Even finance also not available. Self-finance does not lead to development of industries. So, France industry is very slow comparatively with these two. Anyhow, industrialization brought many changes in the course of the total history of the world. People changed their lives. Mostly benefits may be there until and unless some countries and many countries takes steps for the upliftment of workers, it will become very big problem. You people have to compare our industrialization with that of Western countries and Britain and Germany, and try to develop attitude which type of industrialization we need. Better suggest some suggestions to our industrialized people. That attitude you have to develop. Thank you.